The one thing Trump has used over and over again is distractions. I mean, the man has a need for a lot of them, and quite often. Now his name is actually showing up in the Epstein files, and Republican lawmakers are starting to turn away from him, and they're voting to release the files. So what does this tell us? I mean, let's think about this. Trump is going to need a very, very big distraction, right? Like a really big one. I was thinking actually, as soon as that first batch of emails came in, I was like, what could this distraction be? Like, I'm like really trying to think. Like, I feel like this is the biggest thing that's happened so far. After some like serious thought, I decided to post this to my Threads account. And once his name came up in the first batch of emails, I really had to think about what could the distraction be that he could use for this one. So I posted this, and I couldn't really think of anything big enough that he could use, except for some type of ground warfare in Venezuela. Check out this clip.
Well, as you said, Lindsay, we reported today that yesterday at the White House, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs General Dan Kane presented the president with options on Venezuela, including striking targets on land. That would be a shift. So far, the military has been striking alleged drug boats in the Caribbean and the Eastern Pacific, with at least 20 strikes so far in an mission that the secretary actually gave a name to today, calling it Operation Southern Spear. The meeting yesterday about options going forward comes as the world's largest aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald R. Ford, and its escort ships are headed to join the growing armada already off of Venezuela. The Ford and its carrier strike group add not only fighter jets, but also dozens of Tomahawk missiles that have the range to strike targets inside Venezuela. If the president gives the order to do that, that would be a major escalation.
The White House announces a massive new military operation called Operation Southern Spear. No real details yet, no signal leaks yet, and no real legal framework. Just a big, loud announcement with, like military branding and, I guess, patriotic language. You don't have to be a genius to recognize what that does to a news cycle. All right. It kind of like sucks all the oxygen out of the room. And that's what he wants. That's what he's aiming for. That's basically what he needs. What we may see is not just a major shift in focus now that Trump's name is coming up more and more in the files. It's going to be more of a full-scale attempt to pull the American public away from, let's be honest, the most damaging revelations we've seen yet in the Epstein files, and refocus them on war, death, liberation, making billions or trillions on rare earth minerals or whatever, Venezuela has there. He is going to try to make it as hard as possible to focus on Epstein. Here's the thing, guys. He's going to fail. And I'll tell you why. Because this is a tactic we have watched him use again and again. Almost every day, actually. When there is a story he cannot control, he basically creates one he can. When there's a, narrative too dangerous for him to argue, he basically builds one that, drowns it out. And this time, the reason is so obvious. The Epstein files are finally touching his name directly. Not through, commentary, not through speculation, but through primary documents. Epstein wrote, I have met some very bad, check this out. Epstein wrote this. I have met some very bad people, none as bad as Trump. Not a decent cell in his body. How bad do you have to be, guys, to have someone as evil as Epstein say that you're the worst person he has ever met? Oh my God, come on. So yeah, he needs a pretty big distraction. And here's another part that should bother every single American. No matter what party you're in. I think we all agree, of all the tools a president has, the most dangerous one is to misuse the United States military, because obviously it's going to create real consequences for our troops, for our allies, for the region, for stability. And the country's moral authority. Today, the priority is not really strategy. It wasn't national security. I mean, the priority is headlines. So tonight, the task for, everyone watching this is simple. Do not get distracted. Keep your eyes on the story, the Epstein story. Distractions fade, but documents don't. And the pain all of these women went through and that are still going through it of what happened to them when they were kids. I mean, we have to make sure we do not allow this to be normalized. We have to make sure that we do not forget about these women. We have to make sure that we do not let the orange man in the White House get away with this. No matter what he does, by the way. No matter what he does. I am sorry. I do not see anything more important than this. And I'll tell you why. Because if we allow this to go away, if we allow girls, underage girls, being attacked like this, violated like this, and for years, some have committed suicide. God rest their souls. If we let these millionaires and billionaires and high-powered people in the United States get away with this because we were distracted or we just let it go because, whatever, that will be the end of our country. That will be the official start of the end of our country. That's only downhill from there. If we can hold power accountable like our Constitution was built to be able to do, that's why I do what I do. When I'm not doing commentary, I report the news. I'm press. I make sure I hold power accountable. And the moment we stop doing that, the moment this is all over, do not get distracted. Do not let this become normalized. Your ears, your heart, and your eyes and your mouth are the most important and dangerous weapon that this administration has against them. And it's the most powerful weapon that these victims of Epstein and everybody else have. They need you. I need you. We all need you. So do not let this go in one ear and out the other. I'll see you guys on the next video.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to stay connected and informed to the stories that matter, the people that matter, and most importantly, the truth. The thing that is so hard to find right now. And just so you guys know, I do the best that I can to answer the comments. So I really hope to see you guys in there.